Gloversville, the 2nd Battalion, 108th Infantry, and representing them is Lieutenant Halpin here with us. We thank you, Lieutenant. At this time, I'd like to introduce the Mayor of Gloversville, Mayor Dayton King, who will speak.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Good morning. On behalf of the City of Gloversville, I'd like to thank everyone who attended our parade today. And I'd also like to have a special thanks for the parade committee, as Mr. Anderson said. And I just want to recognize them. Joni Wilson, Debbie Finkel, Karen Dwyer-Smith, Linda Bullock, Linda Fisher, Harold Gordon, Todd Mercer, Michael Perella, Kenneth Rockwell, Ambrose Anderson, Brian Perella, Mark Finkel, Steve West, and Robert Perella. Nice job. Thank you. Memorial Day is a United States federal holiday, which occurs every year on the final Monday of May. It is a day of remembering the men and women who died while serving in the United States Armed Forces. Today is the day we put aside to remember our fallen heroes and to pray that no heroes will ever have to die for us again. It's a day of thanks and a day to remember those who rest in this cemetery, and there are many of them here, and others throughout America. It's a day to be with our friends and family and to share memories and create new ones. As my family and I walked today along Kingsborough Avenue, we noticed all of the children and their parents lining the road, waving their flags as they watched the bands and fire trucks that passed by. And this afternoon, many of us will enjoy a cookout or maybe spend time with some friends or family members we don't get to see very often. I'd like to take a moment and recognize some of the soldiers from the City of Gloversville who served for our country. Richard S. Oaksford, who served in the U.S. Army during World War II, was killed in action at the Battle of the Bulge on December 18th, 1944. He served with the 7th Armored Division, and he had a Silver Star and a Purple Heart. Frank Ambrose, who I think many of you remember as we grew up getting pictures taken by Frank, also served in the U.S. Army Air Forces during World War II as a photographer in the 15th Air Force, 465th Bomb Group, 781st Squadron, and he also served in the detached service with the 15th Air Force, 1st Combat Camera Unit in Italy. William J. Bowles, who served in the U.S. Army during World War II, was also killed in action in Italy on December 15, 1943, while serving with the 45th Infantry Division. All of these men were different, but they all shared this in common. They loved America very much. And no matter if they served in World War II, or the Korean War, Vietnam, the Gulf War, Afghanistan, or Iraq, there was nothing these men or women wouldn't do for our country. Men and women who are currently serving our country, like friends of mine, Jason Whitman and Jason Weber, and Lieutenant Halpin here today, and some of your friends and family members perhaps, had that same passion for America, and we thank them. I know there's also many veterans of Vietnam that will gather today, including my father-in-law, Michael and Sonia, who's here. Many still help each of those up carry on. And I wasn't old enough to remember what it was like for those soldiers to come home, but I think we've all heard stories, and some of you remember that it wasn't great. This group is still very quiet, but we honor and love them. Finally, on May 26, 1983, President Ronald Reagan said, "I don't have to tell you how fragile this precious gift of freedom is. Every time we hear, watch, or read the news, we are reminded that liberty is a rare commodity in this world." So as for me and my family, I'm proud to be born in the USA, the greatest country in the world. God bless Gloversville, God bless our troops, and God bless you. Thank you.